Hello. The next book that we'll be reading today is called A Taste of Freedom, Gandhi and the Great Salt March. If you saw him even once, you will remember him for as many years as you are blessed to live. A young boy living in India under British rule witnessed the arrival of the Mahatma, the great soul, an event that not only changes his own life but inspires a nation and the world. For Mahatma Gandhi has proclaimed that he is fighting back against British rule, not with weapons and violence, but with salt. How can salt set his people free? The boy is determined to find out, and together with his older brother joins the Mahatma on a life-changing journey to the sea. Day after day, they walk. Every night, they are joined by more people. By the time they reach the ocean, the world is watching as one small man takes on the biggest empire in the world. If you saw him even once, you would remember him for as many years as you are blessed to live. I am a great grandfather, but once I was young and strong with legs like little saplings. My sight is growing dim, but I can still see the face of Gandhiji, the Mahatma, as clear as a full moon on a cool summer night. Grandfather talking to his grandchild. In those days, our village was small and quiet. On that afternoon, I tend to my chores as I do every day, but the goats and chickens run about nervously. My father and uncles discuss things in whispers. They are secret, not for me, my small ears. I want to know about the secret too. I do not have to wait long. See the adults talking and the kid wondering, what are they talking about? They began to arrive in the afternoon, men and women from other villages. Why are they coming to Aslali? I did not know there were so many people in the whole world. They gathered along the road to our village, the service of the women making rainbows in the clouds of dust. I asked my older brother why all these people have come to our village. It is not a festival day. We did not have anything for them to buy. My brother laughed at me and tell me I am too young, but the oldest, Wajiri, pulls me aside. The Mahatma is coming, my brother whispers. See all the people and the child talking to his brother in the middle. The Mahatma, the great soul, his name is Gandhi. My father thinks that I'm too young to listen to the talk of Mahatma Gandhi and his satyagrahis. Those followers he calls his soul force. But I do listen. I know that Mahatma Gandhi has pledged to make our mother India free from the rule of the British Raj. And he has promised that he will do so without hitting or hurting the British soldiers. The soldiers have guns and cannons. I do not know how the Mahatma believes we can beat them without fighting, but I want to find out. See, he's listening to his father talking. It is easy to slip away. There are so many people on the road and up trees and on rooftops. I climb a tree and inch out across the longest branch. My heart is beating so quickly I can hardly catch my breath. I see a cloud of dust first. It rolls down the road, large and angry, like a wild animal. A small man becomes visible through the dust. He is very old, like my grandfather, but he walks so fast I wonder if he is flying. I do not need my brother or my father to tell me who the man is. He is Gandhi the Mahatma. The great soul has come to Asali. You see Gandhi up with the stick, and the boy sees him. More faces appear through the dust. The Mahatmas Satyagrahis are following behind him. They are 10, 20, 30, more than 100 now, keeping step with him. The villagers cheer and throw flowers at Gandhi's feet. They bow their heads and press prayer hands to their foreheads as he passes. They sing and beat drums. Gandhiji, they call him Gandhiji. You see Gandhi walking and people throwing the roses and celebrating him coming. He comes directly towards my tree. The branch I hold on to hangs low over the road. The Mahatma is almost close enough to touch. I squeeze my legs tightly around the branch and press my palms together. I try to close my eyes, but I peek. Mahatma Gandhi is passing. He gazes up into my face. He wears small round spectacles. His brown eyes are merry. Under his little mustache, his mouth curls into a smile. Then he is gone. See Mahatma Gandhi and the boy looking at him. I do not go back home to my chores. I follow the crowd to the village center. I want to go where Mahatma Gandhi has gone. I wait standing until my feet are very sore. But then the crowd begins to cheer. Mahatma Gandhi is speaking to us. He is speaking to us of salt. I cannot hear all the words that the Mahatma says, but I hear enough to understand. Gandhi is explaining that the way we will fight the British without hurting them is by using salt. By using salt? Gandhi is talking to the people in the center. Before the Raj came, we gathered our own salt in India, which we could make from the earth near the oceans. Now my mother must buy her salt from the British. We are lucky we have a little money to spare for it. We should not be made to buy salt or be forbidden to take what our mother India freely gives us in her soil. My father grumbles, but how can we use salt to change the laws? I hear rumbling in the crowd. They are angry at the Shah. They are tired of their unfair laws. They want freedom for India. They want to fight. See the boy watching the people, they are very mad and upset about the Raj government. The Mahatma says we are all welcome to join him. He's going to march to the sea many miles to the south with his Satyagrahis. When he arrives, he is going to make salt right there on the beach, even though British law forbids it. We may all make salt with him. The only thing we may not do is hurt or kill another person. Mahatma Gandhi wants to fight the Tsar too, but he would do it only with peaceful actions. I want to go to the sea with Mahatma Gandhi. My brother Razvid catches me packing a little bag late at night when I'm supposed to be asleep. I raise my chin and put my hand on my lips as my father sometimes does. I tell Rajiv I'm going to make salt with Mahatma Gandhi and he cannot stop me. Rajiv is quiet for a time. Then he tells me he will come with me. Our mother will rest easier knowing I'm there caring for you. He explains. I say nothing, but inside I'm very glad to know my brother will be at my side. See the brothers talking. Gandhi and the Satyagrahis are ready to leave by dawn. I join a long line of people as the Mahatma begins walking. His pace is very fast. Even Rajiv has to breathe heavily to keep up. You see the boys in the middle? Following Mahatma Gandhi. Each evening we approach a village and wave to the crowds that line both sides of the road. I see people on roofs and in trees. I wave at them too. Each night the Mahatma gathers all the villagers together and talks of peace and of salt. At dawn each day when we leave, many more join us, and through him he looks thin and fragile like a bird. Mahatma Gandhi always leads the way. See Mahatma Gandhi leading the people? I have lost count of the days and nights when I begin to smell the scent of salt in the air. We are nearing the sea. Rajiv says that there are thousands of us now following the Mahatma. The hum of many voices sounds like bees blending with the crash of waves on sand. We have arrived in Dandi. They finally arrived, all the people with Mahatma Gandhi. I have never seen the sea. It looks powerful and cool and delicious. The Mahatma walks straight toward the water. I'm surprised that a wave rushes so fiercely toward him. When he reaches the water, the waves dash away. Mahatma Gandhi bends to the ground and picks up a lump of sea salt from the muddy sand. He holds it high in the air, and I feel a thrill rush through the crowd. I feel it race through my heart. Gandhi has broken the British law. You see him holding the salt? Up and down the beach, Indian men and women and children are picking up lumps of sea salt. Rajiv says that all along the coastline, Indians are boiling the lumps down, making their own salt. I reach into the mud too. I come away with a pebble of sea salt held tight in my fingers. It looks wet and slick. I put out my tongue and touch the very tip of it to the salt. See him touching it? Hundreds of thousands of Indians across the country joined Gandhiji that day, taking back what Mother India gave us. The British were very angry. They sent soldiers to the beach, but the Satyagrahis did not break their promise to Gandhi. They did not try to hurt or kill the soldiers that came to arrest them. Even our Mahatma himself was now in prison, but he was not afraid. See that? The soldiers came. They put Gandhi in jail. I am a great grandfather now. My sight is growing dim. Gandhiji has been gone for many decades, but I will never forget his face. I will never forget following the Mahatma to the beach of Dandi. It is said that our salt march shook the foundation of the mighty British Raj. It showed the strength of a people united in peace to fight for freedom. It is as real to me as if it happened this morning. From reaching into the muddy sand, taking a pebble of salt and touching it to my tongue. No one ever forgets their first taste of freedom. You see him now? He's the older guy. He's remembering the story about Gandhi. Thousands of Indians joined Gandhi on the Salt March, arriving on the beach at Dani on April 5, 1930. The march took more than 3 weeks and Gandhi and his followers walked over 240 miles. It would take many more years and tireless work and sacrifice before Gandhi would successfully lead his people to independence. But the Salt March saw the first and most important steps on this journey to India's freedom. Gandhi remained in prison for more than 8 months after the Salt March. In his absence, his followers staged a peaceful attempt to take over the British salt works in Darahasana. In keeping with Gandhi's teachings, they refused to defend themselves as they attempted to enter the factory. Countless numbers of Satyagratis were beaten to the ground by British soldiers. Even as they fell, the Satyagratis offered no resistance. Though the British retained control of the salt works, it was a moral victory for India. Many around the world were beginning to side with Gandhi in his peaceful ways. On August 15, 1947, Gandhi's lifelong dream for his people came true with the official independence of India from British rule. A separate Muslim state called Pakistan was also established. Decades of work had finally paid off, but for Gandhi, the victory was bittersweet. Tensions remained high between Hindus and Muslims. Some felt the Muslims had gotten too much, others thought they got too little. Hindus and Muslims fought each other. Horrified, Gandhi began a fast, refusing to eat at all. He said that he would fast to his death unless and until the violence stopped. India's love of Gandhi was stronger than the white-hot rage that boiled between the Hindus and Muslims. The fighting stopped, but it was a fragile peace. On January 30th, 1948, in the early evening, Gandhi and several of his attendants made their way to a prayer meeting, and was his daily custom. A small crowd of people gathered to watch him pass by. As Gandhi pressed the palms of his hands together in a traditional greeting, a Hindu man stepped forward and fired 3 bullets into Gandhi's chest. Gandhi uttered the name Rama, meaning God, before collapsing into silence. Minutes later, Gandhi was gone. The most beloved man in India, and perhaps the greatest man of his time, was dead at 78. Only days earlier, Gandhi had told a visitor, "If I am to die by the bullet of a madman, I must do so smiling. There must be no anger within me. God must be in my heart and on my lips. And if anything happens, you are not to shed a single tear." Gandhi's legacy lives on long after his assassination. His actions inspired people like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela to also seek change through nonviolent means. One small but determined man was able to bring a taste of freedom to so many people around the world. Here's a real picture of Gandhi. The end.